Well, hello, Canadian Campaholic here, coming to you on a rather breezy and chilly October afternoon. Look at that fall moody sky. Seasons are definitely changing. Haven't done any camping in a while. Our new baby arrived, and I'm going to tell you all about that because it was pretty dramatic. Are hoping to do a little bit of camping coming up in the next, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks. But you know what? It is pretty chilly out here, so let's transition inside the camper, give you a little bit of an update. So, inside the camper now, man, it is getting chilly out there. It is getting windy. The days are getting pretty short here in the Northern Hemisphere now. My God, it's getting dark around 6:30. Tonight we've got a frost warning. It's going to get down to around 1 degree Celsius or about 33 Fahrenheit. So it is well and truly fall. In fact, it's almost Canadian Thanksgiving. So much to talk about. Just to kind of update you, I mean, the channel's doing okay. We're almost 3,000 subscribers now, which is pretty cool. It's been a while since we went camping. And a big reason why there's been a pause there is that we welcomed our fourth child. Adeline, or Addie for short, was born back on September 23rd. Those of you that follow the channel know that we paused camping a little bit just due to the pregnancy and a change in vehicle. Since we have 4 kids now, we needed a different tow vehicle. Very dramatic arrival. My wife was in excess of 40 weeks pregnant. Due to staffing issues at the hospital in London, Ontario, they couldn't induce her. And on the morning of the 23rd of September, let's just say things escalated. I had to rush my wife to the Chatham Hospital, not where we were registered, and we didn't make it. I had to deliver my daughter at the side of the highway while my poor wife sat in the front seat of our vehicle. A very scary situation, not something I would ever care to repeat, but the good news is that baby Addie and my wife are both doing very, very well. They were in the hospital for about a day, but everything was fine. The paramedics arrived within 5 or 10 minutes of me delivering the baby. I had to tie her umbilical cord with a shoelace until the paramedics got there. A good story, but it could have ended tragically if something had gone wrong. It wasn't long for the paramedics to arrive. It was about 5-10 minutes, but in those situations, those of you that have been through these sorts of things know it seems like an eternity, but thank goodness they arrived. Obviously, I want to give my wife and the baby time to settle in and to get comfortable, but we are determined to do another camping trip before the year is out. Either in November or December. We're not really sure which one to do. We had a November camping trip a few years ago that was a little traumatizing. The weather was extremely nice, and the only provincial park that was open in the area was Pinery, and it was packed. And I have a video on my channel that talks about that experience. It was horrible. Some of the folks that were at the park were there for a big party, and that's not why we go camping. We did another trip actually in December of that year. That was back in 2020. A little bit of snow on the ground, and it was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And the rig, even though it's not rated for 4 seasons, did extremely well. So probably will get, like I said, one more trip under our belts before the year is out, and we'll share those details on the channel. Let's talk about the time of year and what's going on. Fall camping, definitely well underway. We're coming up to Canadian Thanksgiving, which is much earlier than the U.S. Thanksgiving. In this country, it more so coincides with the harvest, kind of a harvest festival of sorts. So celebrating the bounty of the harvest and things that you're thankful for. It has become a mega camping weekend. In fact, for some more hardcore campers, it is the last weekend of camping versus Labor Day, for example. And it's interesting because when we started camping about 10 or so years ago, as adults anyway, I camped as a kid, Most provincial parks and campgrounds were not open this late. Most of them were long since shut down. I think most provincial parks closed around the 1st or 2nd of October, if they even went that far. Many closed late September. But as the demand for camping has increased, a lot of provincial parks have jumped on the bandwagon, and now Thanksgiving weekend is one of the biggest weekends they have. We don't go camping on Thanksgiving weekend. For the same reason we don't typically camp on any holiday weekend. It just is an insane situation, gets so busy. But if you are going out, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and that you stay safe and have a great time and you stay warm if it's chilly where you are. But definitely love this time of year for camping. Very little in the way of bugs and insects. Generally speaking, less people, more peaceful. And it's very cozy. Very cozy way to camp, but boy, oh boy, you sure do need that furnace and, some good clothing and some blankets to keep you warm. Holy moly. Beyond that, thinking of maintenance type stuff, not really a lot. I am watching the weather forecast very closely. As I mentioned, it's going to get down around 0 tonight, so if you don't have an enclosed heated underbelly, might want to start thinking about at least buying plumbing antifreeze for your rig. That's very important. I've got several videos on the channel about winterizing. I'll pop the links down below. I've even got a video on the channel that talks about when should you winterize, because when it starts to get chilly at night, a lot of folks, especially if they're new to the hobby, get very nervous about when they should winterize. So I won't go into detail on that today, but I've got a video that discusses that. But yeah, that's about it, folks. Kind of quiet at the moment. I just was away for a few days for a work conference. I just got back from that. I'm going to enjoy a nice weekend with the family. Not sure if we'll hit up a pumpkin patch or an apple orchard or something like that, but we'll have a nice big Thanksgiving feast. And try to plan some sort of camping trip to round out the season. After that, it's the long winter hiatus. We'll end up putting this camper back on the lawn, just like we did last year, up on wooden blocks. That way I've got the driveway clear. Can park the tow vehicle in the shop that's heated over the course of the winter. And it'll be time to get the good old damp check or the damp rid here inside the rig, fully winterized and clean her out. And the trailer will have its long winter slumber, and if all goes according to plan, I'm hoping to get out again and start camping as early as April. This was a weird season for us. Combination of money problems still, which should be resolved soon. Less paid time off from my employer, stuff with the baby. I think in the end, we've done 4 trips, 3 nights each, and hoping to do 1 more. If I can do 5 trips next year at 3 nights each, I will be happy. I have to say, doing the 3 nights has been so much better than Weekend Warriors / 2 nights. That's just too much work for not enough downtime. So, yeah, definitely been a better arrangement that way. Anyway, I'm wafting on now and not really making much sense. So we'll end the video here. Again, all the best for the Thanksgiving season. If you're here in Canada, of course, hope you guys are enjoying some fall camping. We'll talk to you later.